Hello and welcome back to my channel, and get in there. Let's breathe. It wasn't easy to get those 3 points, but Pompey have done it. Wigan Athletic 0, Portsmouth 1. Are we happy, Pompey fans? Let's find out what I have to say. Now, there's no complaints from me after that. We didn't have the best performance, no. That's undoubted. You know, we can play better, we have played better. But a 1-0 win away at a team that need the points they can get. They're fighting for everything. They did play quite well as well. They didn't play badly. That is there to be said. Andy Cannon coming off the bench, having an instant impact with an absolute thunderbolt into the top right-hand corner of the net. I don't think anyone can say it wasn't a good goal. I think people can say it wasn't deserved, because we weren't the better side that first half. They definitely were. I'm going to get up on my iPad now, though, the stats from that game, because I don't think they were fully in Pompey's favour. Possession was 59 to 41 in Wigan's favour. They had 14 shots. We had 5. They had 7 chances. We had 4. They had double the accurate passes that we had with 331 with better success. They had the 14 shots, 7 on off target, 1 on target, the rest being blocked. Pompey, 2 shots off target, 3 on target, one of them being the crucial one that ended up in the top corner. But ultimately, it was a decent performance. Pompey didn't play brilliantly, but also just getting a job that they needed to do and getting a job that they needed to be done, getting it done and over the board, getting 4 wins out of 4 under the Cowleys now, 12 points out of possible 12 in the league. What more could you ask for, really? We'll go through the rest of the results from the league today then, very quickly. Fleetwood travelled to Plough Lane, winning 1-0. Blackpool demolished fellow playoff chasers Gillingham 4-1. Doncaster suffered yet another blow with a 2-1 loss away at Bristol Rovers. Burton beat Swindon 2-1 to all but secure safety for them. We'll talk about the league table shortly. Hull beating Northampton 3-0. I don't say Burton are going to be safe before you say I am, but I think that's them pretty much up surviving. Oxford obviously losing 1-2 at home to Accrington. Sunderland nabbing a point away at Peterborough. Ipswich only getting a 0-0 draw away at Rochdale. Shrewsbury beating Plymouth 3-0, and Pompey obviously beating Wigan 1-0 at the DW. Well, that leaves the league table very tight. Hull keep their 3-point lead. Well, they extend it to 3 points over Peterborough in second. So Hull's top of the league, Peterborough second, 76, 73 points respectively. Sunderland are then third, 2 points off promotion after suffering a draw today. Game in hand on Peterborough, 2 on Hull though. Pompey are up to fourth now, only 9 points off automatics. We'll talk about whether that can be done shortly. Blackpool into fifth ahead of Lincoln after their 4-1 win today, a point off Pompey with a game in hand. Lincoln, they are sixth now, a point off Blackpool with no games in hand there, but they do have one on Pompey, who are 2 points ahead. Charlton in seventh, just outside the playoffs, followed by Ipswich, Gillingham and Doncaster. Then the bottom group of teams, I've clicked on the wrong thing here, but the bottom group of teams now, Rochdale, bottom of the league, followed by Wigan, Wimbledon and Bristol Rovers, who make up the bottom 4. Wigan slipping to 23rd with a defeat today. Swindon and Northampton then occupy 19th and 20th, with Burton 18th. 6 points ahead of Northampton with 2 games in hand. Burton, I think, is safe, followed by Shrewsbury, Plymouth and Fleetwood. Obviously, those teams climbing with results today. But we'll move back now and quickly just talk about whether I think Pompey can get automatics before we end the video and hear from Dad and Lewis. But I think, you know, with Pompey's run in, not facing any of the top 6, well, not facing any of the top half, really, that'll play a key role into seeing whether we can do it. I think there's going to be many things going in our favour. A lot of teams having to play each other. 9 points off of the game in hand is very much doable. But this depends if Pompey can keep their form up. So if we can keep our form up, I think it's doable. But ultimately, we should settle for playoffs and not want anything more. We don't need to expect anything more. We can obviously want a bit more, but you can't expect it. We were 10th or 11th when the Cowleys came in. They've got us back to 4th. What more could you ask for out of them? Absolutely nothing. That is there to be said, and I do know I'm a bit down here, but that's due to the camera being on a tripod a bit too high today. But I think we will now hear from Dad and Lewis to hear what they have to say after that win.
Here is my review for our game against Wigan, and well, what can we really say? It's a win, that's all we can really take from it. Very scrappy game. Both teams had chances. Obviously, Cannon scored a wonder goal for us. Brilliant finish, and to come on as a sub and do that quality. Wigan had their chances. They might have had 0 shots on target, but they could have still scored. I feel like that's why they were where they are. But the only positive we can really take is another win, 4 wins in 4, and we're starting to slowly cement our playoffs.
Of today's game, scrappy to say the least, from start to finish. I don't think we played particularly well. We got the win, which is the most important thing. I didn't think anyone really stood out. I thought the defence was probably the best part of our play today. Obviously the goal from Andy Cannon was an absolute worldie. We made substitutions at the end, especially James Bolton coming on and played 5 at the back, basically to see the game out and take the 3 points. But moving forward, we have to play a lot better against Burton. The players look a bit tired to me and jaded, especially in the second half. You can tell we haven't got a recognised striker as well. Curtis ran about a lot. Can't fault his effort and commitment, but he's not centre forward. So the sooner we can get Marquis back in the side and get Curtis back to his natural position, the better. But once again, you can't fault the Cowleys. Played 4, won 4, 12 points. We're on 64 points now. Only 9 points off automatics with the game in hand. Stranger things have happened. So all I can say is keep the faith, play at Pompey, up the Moo Army.
Now thank you to them for sending in their reviews again, but that is basically where this video is going to end. Thank you for watching. Thank you for 700 subscribers. Can we get to 750 before the end of this week? It would mean a lot. Or can we do it before Pompey's next game? Fingers crossed. Now let me know what videos you want to see in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this one. Do let me know what you thought of the game as well. I always love to read what other people have to say. But more importantly, please do subscribe and out the Blues. Get in there.